Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Monday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, so you can watch it there on demand. Today is December 17th, 2018, and now the news at noon.
From the Cortez Journal, reforming Western water policy has always been an exercise in political maneuvering, stop-and-start negotiations, and bureaucratic delays. Progress comes slowly and often reluctantly, a pace water wonks refer to as water time. For years now, the Interior Department has been pressing the 7 Colorado River states to reach joint agreements on managing their water use in the face of prolonged and record drought. Arizona and California have blown this week's federal deadline to approve their strategies, jeopardizing progress for Colorado and for others. Water bosses from Arizona and California said publicly at a water conference here Wednesday that they're close to striking deals, but privately admitted that negotiations have been stalling. Having grown impatient with those states in action, the Interior Department announced Thursday that it will give them until the end of January before it steps in and forces water cutbacks on them. This is absolutely not our preferred course of action, but deadlines matter, U.S. Bureau of Reclamation Commissioner Brenda Berman said at the Colorado River Water Users Association annual conference here Thursday.
From the Cortez Journal, photo Michelle Price, AP. Interior Department Secretary Ryan Zinke submitted his resignation Saturday, facing intense pressure from the White House amid multiple probes tied to his real estate dealings in Montana and conduct while in office. President Donald Trump announced Zinke's exit via Twitter Saturday morning and offered praise for the embattled Interior Chief. Quote, Secretary of the Interior at Ryan Zinke will be leaving the administration at the end of the year after having served for a period of almost 2 years, the president tweeted. Quote, Ryan has accomplished much during his tenure, and I want to thank him for his service to our nation. While the former Navy SEAL and Montana congressman worked aggressively to promote Trump's agenda of expanding domestic energy production, administration officials concluded weeks ago that he ranked as the cabinet member most vulnerable to congressional investigations once Democrats took control of Congress in January. During his nearly 2 years in office, Zinke came under at least 15 investigations, including inquiries into his connection to a real estate deal involving a company that Interior regulates, whether he bent government rules to allow his wife to ride in government vehicles, and allowing a security detail to travel with him on a vacation to Turkey at considerable cost. Zinke was cleared in several of those investigations and chose to attack his critics, rather adopt a more chastened tone. Late last month, he accused Representative Raul M. Grijalva, Democrat from Arizona, of being a drunk. Mr. Grijalva had called on Zinke to step down and is poised to take over the committee that oversees Interior in January. It's hard for him to think straight from the bottom of the bottle, Zinke wrote from his official Twitter account on November 30th. Former oil and gas lobbyist David Bernhardt, Interior's deputy secretary, will likely be named interim director.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, more than 10,000 tons of radioactive waste has been delivered from the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma to the White Mesa Mill south of Blanding, Utah, in order to extract and recycle the uranium. The waste from the former Sequoia Fuels plant near Gore, Oklahoma, was being stored near the confluence of the Arkansas and Illinois rivers on tribal land for the past 50 years. The hazardous material is a byproduct of the process that turns yellow cake uranium into fuel rods for nuclear reactors. Now it will be processed through the White Mesa Mill, owned by Energy Fuels Resources Incorporated, to recover the uranium that can then be reused. The leftover waste will be stored at the mill in authorized containment cells. The mill has Utah licenses to process uranium ore from mines and also for accepting and processing alternative feed radioactive waste material from cleanup sites across the U.S. The removal was celebrated by the Cherokee Nation, but environmental groups and a Mountain Ute tribe town, also named White Mesa, near the mill, are less thrilled about the facility accepting, milling, and storing hazardous waste. Chuck Hoskin Jr. of the Cherokee Nation said in a press release that the removal of the last of 511 semi-trailer loads from their land was a historic day.
From the Durango Herald, an article on a symposium at Fort Lewis College addressing sexual assault of Native American women. Each earring on the Sing Our Rivers Red exhibit represents a local missing or abused Indigenous woman and aims to bring awareness about Native American and gender-based violence in the United States and Canada. The Durango exhibit is part of a national movement that sheds light on the violence against Native American women, using water as a symbol for the lives of women and red to represent the missing and murdered women and those drowning in injustice. Earrings show a personal connection, woman to woman. A.J. Nikwatewa, a Fort Lewis College graduate and Navajo, led a workshop at FLC in October where students painted earrings for the exhibit. Nikwatewa said she has a friend who has been missing from the Navajo reservation since July, and she knows Native American women who are survivors of violence and rape. Nearly 75% of crimes investigated on tribal lands in the United States involve homicide, rape, violent assaults, or child abuse, according to statistics from the FBI. A government accountability report found the complexity of legal jurisdiction often results in sexual assault cases being handed over to the U.S. Attorney's Office versus being tried in tribal court, and about 67% of such cases are not pursued because of lack of scientific evidence and witnesses. The Sexual and Assault Services Organization in Durango partnered with FLC in late November to host a symposium focused on violence against Native American women. Maura Doherty Demko, SASO Executive Director, said in Colorado, 1 of 4 women will experience some type of sexual violence in their lifetime, but the statistics don't cross over to the Native American population. Among Indigenous women, 4 out of 5 will experience violence in their lifetime, and more than half will experience sexual violence, according to the National Institute of Justice.
Reported by the Durango Herald, this year has seen a record number of cases of a mysterious paralyzing illness in children, U.S. health officials said Monday. It's still not clear what's causing the kids to lose the ability to move their face, neck, back, arms, or legs. The symptoms tend to occur about a week after the children had a fever and respiratory illness. No one has died from the rare disease this year, but it was blamed for 1 death last year, and it may have caused others in the past. What's more, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention officials say many children have lasting paralysis, and close to half the kids diagnosed with it this year were admitted to hospital intensive care units and hooked up to machines to help them breathe. The condition has been likened to polio, a dreaded paralyzing illness that once struck tens of thousands of tens of thousands of U.S. children a year. Those outbreaks ended after a polio vaccine became available in the 1950s. Investigators of the current outbreak have ruled out polio, finding no evidence of that virus in recent cases. The current mystery can be traced to 2012 when 3 cases of limb weakness were seen in California. The first real wave of confirmed illnesses was seen in 2014 when 120 were reported. Another larger wave occurred in 2016 when there were 149 confirmed cases. So far this year, there have been 158 confirmed cases. In 2015 and 2017, the counts were far lower, and it's not clear why. And now, let's take a look at the weather.
Looking first at the national weather from NOAA, 2 systems will impact the Pacific Northwest and Intermountain West today. Currently, there is a Pacific cold front bringing widespread rain and mountain snow from central California to the northern Rockies. Another system will enter the area tonight into tomorrow, bringing strong and gusty winds to the coastal areas and exposed terrain and over 1 foot of snowfall to the Cascades. Unsettled weather for the Northeast and Pacific Northwest will mainly dry conditions for the rest of the central states. Most of the heavy rains in the eastern U.S. this past weekend are now mainly offshore, but a band of moderate to heavy snow may come back onshore across northern New England, particularly eastern Maine, where 4 to 8 inches of snow is likely with locally higher amounts. Mainly rain is expected closer to New England coast before drier weather arrives Tuesday. Elsewhere across the continental U.S., mainly dry conditions are expected from the Rockies to Florida. Overall temperatures are expected to be near to above average for the majority of the continental U.S. through Tuesday, with the exception of the northeast U.S., where it may dip a little colder. The regional outlook, cloudy skies will be the rule today as an upper-level disturbance moves through. Some light snow showers are possible over the central and southern mountains with very light accumulations possible. Favorable Variable northwest winds will bring some snow to the Elkheads Park and Gore ranges, possibly reaching the Flat Tops and Vale Pass by Wednesday. Regional outlook then shows dry conditions return after that. And the DCTV 5-day outlook: today cloudy with a high near 41 degrees. Tonight mostly cloudy with a low around 23. Tuesday mostly sunny with a high near 40. North-northwest winds pick up a bit to 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then Tuesday night mostly clear with a low around 22. Wednesday sunny with a high near 43 with increasing north-northwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour with gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. Wednesday night mostly clear with a low of 22. Thursday sunny with a high near 45. Thursday night mostly clear with a low around 23. Friday mostly sunny with a high near 44 degrees. Friday night partly cloudy with a low around 23. And into the weekend similar weather. Saturday mostly sunny with a high near 44 degrees. Saturday night partly cloudy with a low around 22. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, Animas High School is warning students and parents of a case of hand, foot, and mouth disease among the student body. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is a contagious illness caused by different viruses, but is usually not serious, and nearly all people recover in 7 to 10 days without medical treatment, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The symptoms of hand, foot, and mouth disease include fever, sore throat, mouth sores, and blisters on hands, feet, and other areas. It is unknown where the student contracted the disease, said Animas head of school Sean Wojtek. The disease is spread through coughing, sneezing, contact with fecal matter, contact with blister fluid, and touching objects on surfaces that have the virus on them, according to the CDC. It is also spread through close contact, such as kissing, hugging, or sharing cups and eating utensils. The school notifies parents and guardians about contagious diseases among the student body to remind teenagers to take steps to stay healthy, Wojtek said.
Reported in the Journal, photo Jerry McBride. Don't let the chilly air and shorter days fool you. Hundreds of solar panels located off Interstate 70 near Palisade are working just fine. Come January, the 12-acre solar garden will go online and fully offset electricity costs for Palisade, saving the town an estimated $1.2 million over the next 20 years. The panels also will save the city of Grand Junction $600,000 over the next 2 decades. The Daily Sentinel reported that the 2-megawatt solar garden will create renewable energy to power 75% of the electricity needs at the Grand Junction Police Station and add to the city's existing solar credit portfolio to completely power the water plant at 26 1/4 Road with renewable energy. The cities of Rifle and Fruita, Mesa County Libraries, the Grand Junction Housing Authority, the museums of Western Colorado, and other subscribers will also benefit from the Grand Valley's latest solar garden, thanks to Xcel Energy's Solar Rewards community program. The partnership with Denver-based solar garden developer Oak Leaf Energy Partners benefits Palisades even further. The company makes annual lease payments on the town's land. Mike McCabe, a partner with Oak Leaf Energy Partners, offered Grand Valley officials a tour of the solar farm just recently. He said the solar garden site in a low area near the new Cameo Shooting and Education Complex is situated in a good location, being visible from the interstate but difficult to access and far away from residential development. It's a natural fit, he said. It's kind of located on an island. The Grand and San Luis Valleys are considered the sunniest parts of the state and collect the most solar energy, he said. These sun tracking panels are easy to maintain and automatically shut down only in the event of wind blowing more than 40 miles an hour. The roughly $4 million project has been in the planning stages for about 2 years, but only took a few months to install, McCabe said. Oak Leaf is seeking more sites to add to the solar gardens after recently being approved by Xcel to add projects totaling 34 megawatts in 2-megawatt solar gardens, McCabe said.
From the Cortez Journal, talk in Cortez business circles that the Millwood Junction restaurant in Mancos was being sold is not true, said owner Joan Riffle. A business source told the Journal on Thursday that the owner of Moose and More, Brent McWhirter, was working on purchasing the restaurant. When asked about it, McWhirter called it a rumor, but also said it was too early to speculate about a sale. Riffle on Friday said any claim about a sale was false. She said there has been speculation that the restaurant was selling and that it probably came about after her mother passed away because she was the owner. Ownership was passed on to Riffle. The popular Millwood Junction has been in business since 1977.
Reported by the Durango Herald, file photo. Silverton's popular skijoring race is back on. It's been an uphill battle, but we're getting her done, said Pete Mazel, event organizer. Skijoring in Silverton is returning. The event will be held over President's Day weekend. That's February 16th and 17th. It will be the 10th skijoring race in Silverton. The 2018 event was canceled after insurance issues arose from the 2017 race, where 3 people were injured by a horse spooked by a low-flying drone. Mazel said the cost of putting on the race has increased substantially. In the early days, it took us about $11,000 to run it. He said now we need to raise about $25,000. Mazel said Thursday the event has raised close to $20,000 with major contributions from the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad, San Juan Development Association, and Coors Brewing Company. Skijoring is a winter sport where a person on skis is pulled by a horse, a dog or dogs, or a motor vehicle. It is derived from the Norwegian word skijoring, meaning ski driving.
According to the Durango Herald, high school students are getting more sleep in Seattle, say scientists studying later school start times. Teenagers wore activity monitors to find out whether a later start in the school day would help them get more sleep. It did, adding 34 minutes of slumber a night. They also reported less daytime sleepiness and grades improved. The Seattle School District changed from a 7:50 a.m. start time to a 8:45 a.m. in the fall of 2016 for high schools and most middle schools, joining dozens of other U.S. school districts adopting later starts to help sleep-deprived teens. Teenagers' nightly sleep has decreased, and most adolescents don't get the recommended 9 hours. One culprit, light from devices that many teens use to chat, post, and scroll long after dark. Franklin High School senior Hazel Ostrowski, who took part in the study, said sleeping later makes it easier to pay attention during class, but she still struggles sometimes. Researchers worked with science teachers at 2 high schools to find out if students got more sleep after the change or simply stayed up later. Over 2 years, they recruited 178 sophomores to wear wristwatch-like monitors for 2 weeks to track activity and light exposure. Results were published Wednesday in the journal Science Advances. The scientists compared sleep habits of sophomores in spring 2016 before the change to sleep habits of sophomores from spring 2017 after later start times went into effect. Some measures held steady. Naps and weekend sleep schedules didn't change. On school nights, only a few students stayed up later, not enough to greatly budge the average. What changed was wake-up time, with morning activity starting about 45 minutes later on school days, combined with a slight shift to later bedtimes for a few. The average sleep duration increased by 34 minutes.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings at the Four Seasons Nursery near Dolores, December 17th, starts their countdown to Christmas sale with 50% off ornaments and decor, holiday gifts, artificial greenery, and poinsettias. It's 25% off 20 and 24-inch wreaths. For all of their programs and information, go online to seasonsgreenhouse.com. Wednesday, December 19th, is the Dove Creek Chamber of Commerce Light It Up Dove Creek, judging after dark for residential and commercial properties to compete for a locally sourced gift basket for each winner. The announcement of the winner will take place Saturday the 22nd at the State Line Bar and Grill's Ugly Christmas Sweater Party, which starts at 9 p.m. You won't want to miss this, as they have contests and prizes, and will announce the winner of the Guess the Number of Ball Decorations in the Snowman contest. VJD Plus Ultra and DJ Bunnyhead will be in the house playing music to dance to with lights, fogs, and bubbles. Free shuttle service is available to Dove Creek and Monticello. And December 21st on Friday in Monticello at the Granary Bar and Grill, it's their Christmas party starting at 9 p.m. They say bring a white elephant gift and wear your favorite pajamas. This will be a party to remember. All of the happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area, and of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.